Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to develop the 4 steps of management. Last episode we told you it was 4 different steps. You had planning, organizing, leading, and monitoring. And today we're going to speak of each and every one of those steps. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is the time to do it. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Uniquely Trey. Subscribe now and let's get it started. Okay, let's start with planning. So planning is your process of setting goals. You want to determine the best strategy to achieve those goals, but you need to set your goals first. Number 2, you need to align the steps needed to reach those goals. So we set the goals and we identify how to reach those goals. Planning serves also as a foundation for the other management function, which we'll talk in a minute. But the key element of planning includes you set your objective and you identify within setting objective what the organization or what do you want to achieve. Second step in planning, you want to analyze your current condition, meaning you want to assess what do you have as resources, what is your environment, what do you have, and you want to potentially also identify your obstacles or your hurdles. Your third step in planning is developing strategy. You want to choose the best course of action to meet your goals or whatever it is that you plan. And the last step in planning is establishing the plans. So once you go through all these 3 steps, you want to create now a detailed action and a detailed plan or detailed action plan and timelines and also the resource allocation to achieve those goals. That's what planning is about. Now let's talk about organizing. Organizing is the process of arranging and allocating resources such as people, finance, equipment, and tasks to implement basically the plans that you created originally. So after we create a plan and we have it, now we move to the organizational part of the plan. And that comes with 4 different steps. Define the roles and responsibility of your team, assign specific duties to individual within your team, establish structure, creating a hierarchy or organizational chart to clarify reporting relationship, and allocate your resources. That's the third step, ensuring that the right resources are available where and when they are needed. And the last step in the organizational part of coordinate your activities, ensure different parts of the organization work together efficiently. So if you wonder what all that means in just regular and lame language, it's this way. So you have your plans, you know what you're going to do today, you know what you're going to do this week, you know what you're going to do tomorrow, this month, this year. So you planned already. Your second step is to organize. So that means you want to create a team or you want to create a relationship that's going to allow you to achieve those goals. And that means this guy that I know, for example, is an accountant or is a buddy of mine. He knows this person, he knows that. What role is that person going to play within my plan, within my objective? That's the second step. That's what organizing means. So as a manager or as an individual, you want to organize, meaning you want to have a team or you want to have the relationship or the network that's going to allow you to actually make your plan a reality. That's what this whole mumbo jumbo is about. First step, this is where it becomes really interesting now. So the third step of your 4 step of management is leading. Leading is your process of motivating, directing, influencing people to work effectively towards your organizational goals. So that focus on human interaction and communication to inspire high performance. So you want to motivate your employees, encourage your individual to put forth their best effort. You want to use incentive, recognition, and a clear sense of purpose. And you want to communicate effectively, share the information also clearly and openly to align your team with really your organizational goal is about. Don't just be vague. Tell them exactly what you want to see and inspire your vision or the vision of the company and direction and help your employees understand the bigger picture of the role in achieving it. That's really important. A leader knows how to communicate. A leader knows how to lead the team. That means you are the bus driver and you need to know how to drive your bus. And the people within the bus needs to understand where you're going, where you're taking them at, what the goal is, what the objective is. And the last fourth point is you need to build your team with dynamics. You want to create a supportive and collaborative environment to promote actually cooperation and trust. So you want your team to not just work, you want them to understand what this is all about and you want them to collaborate with each other. So it's very important you assemble a team that understands communication, knows basically how to communicate and have the resources to communicate and want to communicate. Really important. So leading is not a matter of just driving the bus or driving people and leading people and telling them what to do. It's about engaging, being an effective communicator. It's about building the team dynamics. It's about putting your aces in places. Now, the final fourth steps into management is the monitoring part. That's the process of measuring performance. You basically want to compare the performance at hand to set goals and make an adjustment to ensure also your organization stays on track. So the key component of monitoring, that's setting performance standard. You want to establish a clear benchmark based on goals set during your planning. The benchmark is basically just somebody doing something really well, and you use them as just a mirror to measure your progress and what you're trying to do. You also want to collect data and tracking progress through reports, audits, on observation. So in lame language, that means basically you want to be able to measure how these people are performing, and also you want to compare that against, maybe a different standard, a different bar that you already set up. The third step, you want to compare the result with the standard, identifying gaps between actual performance and expectations. So now that I'm checking my people out, and I know they perform, I want to be able to look at the performance, I want to audit the performance, and I want to compare it to the bar or to the highest standard of my goals. And the last step, you want to take corrective action. You want to make changes such as relocating resources, or you want to adjust the process, or you want to address any shortfalls. So monitoring is not just coming and double check and it's over. It's about looking at the big operation, making sure that first everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, everybody done what they're supposed to be doing, and now you also taking some information out of their performance to measure against the highest standard possible that you envision. And you also want to collect some data out of it so you can actually better train your team, better also help them to perform. And you also, if you see some bottlenecks or you've seen some changes that are needed, and that's when you take all this information and you make changes. So next time you are much more prepared. 4 steps of management: planning, organizing, leading, and monitoring. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video, comment as well. Help us grow this channel. And Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Uniquely Trey. I'll see you soon. Next video.